Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at Zygarde in the Master League. This is going to be pretty fun here. I'm going to tell you right now, it feels so overpowered. It is amazing. Put in a lot of work and it's good. You put in the work, you get this thing. It has horrible IVs. That's all right. We're still going to be maxing it out. We still do have a few more power-ups to go, but we were able to get it above 4,000 combat power, so we're going to be looking great. We're going to be going with Crunch and Earthquake and Dragon Tail because that's just what I want to roll with here, and it worked out great. Having Outrage would have been nice a couple of times. Otherwise, it was just perfect. The Crunch came in handy quite a few times. Now, this thing is going to be able to just absorb hit after hit. If you didn't know, it's #1 in the Master League. Yeah, oh yeah, it's #1. So maybe it's time to start going on those routes, folks, and getting those Zygarde cells because this thing is an absolute beast. When it comes down to raw power in the raids as a dragon type attacker, it's not going to be quite there. You could do that for sure, but it's really nice in Go Battle League because it is so tanky. That's what's going on here. All right, so we're going to be pairing it up with Metagross as well as Kyogre here, and I'm going to have to say it did pretty nice. If we do see a Giratina in the back with 2 shields, we could potentially be in a little bit of trouble if the Zygarde is gone. So we will be leading with it the entire time here. And let's go ahead and get into this. All right, met with a Metagross. So Crunch, Earthquake, both of those are going to be super effective. It is going to be a Dragon and Ground, so it's like Garchomp, all right? So you will be getting stabbed from the Earthquake here, but we're going to go ahead and go for Crunch, and we get a shield out of them, and we drop the defense while getting to the next Crunch here. Again, you're going to just see how this thing is going to be able to just absorb hit after hit. They're going to be swapping into Lugia for a nice catch there, and we're going to go ahead and bring in our Metagross for a little bit of fun. Now, if I did have a Segaleo with, well, should I say, I do have a good IV one, but if I had more Excel candies, then I would be using that. But I'm going to be currently investing him in the Zygarde here, so we'll just have to work on that one later on. But Segaleo is going to be another one you're going to probably want to pair it up with. Metagross will be good enough for now. Okay, so we're up against another one here. We're going to go ahead and let that go. Kyogre and Metagross are both 100% IV. They're swapping into their Dragonite. Look how we're just absorbing the Dragon Breath. It's not even like it's super effective. It's insane. Okay. Oh my goodness. All right, now you're going to see some nonsense here too. There's like it's a little bit of lag or a frame skip that doesn't allow me, but Dragon Breath's really fast. But yeah, check it out. Let me show you here in a minute. But for every battle, even for the losses too, I just had a smile on my face. Using this thing, man, it was so worth going out there and having to drive around all the holiday traffic to get these damn cells day in and day out, and before that as well. Yeah. Oh man, it is awesome. So we do have the surf here. I'm like, Kyogre, you're going to survive. And we hit the surf. We're hitting the surf, but it doesn't allow us to hit the surf. No, that's bullshit. I should have been able to hit it right there. So that's a win we should have gotten. Next game. So it's so crazy the Pokemon I start seeing after I'm using specific ones here. I never really see Metagross consistently in the lead ever anymore until this team. I'm not complaining. This is good for me. I'm just saying it's crazy. All right, so we'll continue on. We'll go ahead and shield up that first one because Shadow Metagross hits like a truck. They're swapping into their Garchomp, and we're going to go ahead and bring in our Kyogre here because we're going to be able to do a good amount of damage to them, right? Could have stayed there with the Zygarde, but I want to keep that one for later with that health that we do have. Now, they're probably, yeah, they're going to outpace us here, but that's okay. What we're going to be able to do now is go in here with what we did not want to go up against it with, and Metagross. Farm them down. And, oh, okay, all right. Guess that's going to be for another battle. We have 30 minutes worth of battles at ×2 speed, so yeah, quite a few here. All right, so bringing back that Metagross, going for the Crunch, and they're letting it go. Able to survive, and I'm like, we'll go ahead and let it go. We survived too. We're going to go ahead and try to farm them down. They do have a Mewtwo. We did get a little bit of a head start on that energy. Now, it's all about calling that Shadow Ball here. If we can call their Psy Strike, then that would be great. They did farm up quite a bit of energy here, so I'm going to go ahead and just say this is Psy Strike, and we called it. Fantastic. Now, whether or not this is a bait or not, we're still shielding it up, and they're going for the Shadow Ball. Oh, guess what? I got my new mic in the mail today, so I could send my other one out to road. What happened with it was the USB port at the bottom was started getting a little wobbly, whatever the hell is wrong with it. I wasn't even messing with it whatsoever. But yeah, so if the quality sounds better, there you go. Let's get it. All right, so we do have a Zarude here. Very interesting. So Energy Ball is still going to be doing quite a bit of damage. Zarude's a pretty strong Pokemon, so unfortunately, all of the moves that we do have are not very effective. So it's just going to be best that I go for the Crunch to try to lower their defense so we can do more with the Dragon Tail as opposed to the Earthquake, which is also resisted, but there is no side effect. So we're just going to keep on with the Crunch here. And man, Zarude holding it down. Two difficult Pokemon to get candies for here. Unfortunately, we're not maxed out. I can't tell if they are. Looks like they are, yeah. And we're still winning. Let's go. We're not maxed out. Look at this thing. What a disgusting beast. We get to the Crunch. Well, how amazing is this? All right, so we're getting a shield out of them. We're going to go for a Crunch again. And they're double shielding. And they're throwing. This is, I would assume, a Fire Punch here. And probably just enough to take us out there. They immediately swap. They have a Mewtwo. We immediately bring in the Metagross and lock ourselves in here with it. A Shadow Ball is going to do a lot, but we can let that go here. We want to hold on to our last shield as they have no more. And I don't even think I want to hit. Yeah, we don't even want to hit all these here. We want to farm up a bit. Oh, they're getting to another one, which is okay because we have Kyogre in the back, which is going to be able to farm up there. Well, never mind. Well, it's a wrap. We can let this Precipice Blaze go anyways, and we'll be okay here. And Kyogre for the win at the end. So these Pokemon do pair up great. Again, if I did have Sigaleo, I would replace it with Metagross, but I don't have one of those completely maxed out, you know. All right, next game met with a Dragonite. So you're gonna love this here. Yeah, we're gonna actually. I think we let the first Dragon Claw go. Yeah, we're gonna do that, and just absorbing it. Gonna go for the Crunch here. Hopefully lower the defense so we can do more with our Dragon Tail. And we do. Fantastic. Let's go. Let's go. So they've used one shield. Now I'm going to be comfortable using one myself because, well, we're 1-to-1. It's not like we have a massive advantage, or they do as well. And they have a Melmetal. So we're going to go straight for the Earthquake. So we have just an extreme resistance to the electric. They're not going to be able to farm us up here. We resist Rock Slide too. And we still stay alive. We have, what, like 1 HP there, and they're still going to be able to take us out? That is insane. All right, let's go. Crunch, and no defense drop, I don't think. So we bring in Kyogre here. We're looking pretty good, I would assume. And hitting me with the Rock Slide, swapping into Metagross. Yeah, that was a kind of a questionable thing to do here. I don't really know. I was thinking there might be a dragon, but there was a... Look at that, an Excadrill. All right, so what we're going to do is shield it up. This is still in the bag. We just hit Earthquake. We take the win here. Back up against that Metagross or the Melmetal. I do believe it's going to be a little bit of a drawn-out battle here. Get to this, and they just start throwing their superpowers. Yep, I accidentally screwed up. So hopefully the superpower takes me out here. If not, we'll just swap. And they throw again. I thought this one was going to get dragged on a little bit. Yeah, so what I'm going to start doing is, well, when we have the Hisuian Raid Day with the ticket. Oh, this is a good lead. This is a good one here. I'm going to... Somebody got it for me. I'm sorry. Look, sometimes when I open the game and the ticket, you know, it shows who bought you it. Sometimes it doesn't pop up. So if I don't shout you out, forgive me, it just didn't show it. All right, so yeah, you get the ticket for the Hisuian Typhlosion, and you get as many XL candies as you can during the raid times. That's as simple as that. I mean, there's really nothing you can do. It's just a matter of if you get them, as well as going into Go Battle League down the premium track as well. Promoting all these ways to spend money in the game. I'm personally telling you how I'm going to get XL candies to max out this Zygarde here. Because after this, I don't care about the IVs. There's no way. I need to max this out as soon as possible. It was freaking incredible. For the people who have a 100% IV, you are... I don't really like to say the word lucky, but damn, you hit the jackpot, okay? When you eventually make it, if you're even interested. So yeah, hopefully I'm inspiring you here. I'm really not working this thing up. Look for yourself. I've never watched anybody else's videos. I know there's people out there who've made them, who have them, who showcase this from somebody else and all that. I see the thumbnails and all this, but I'd never really watched it. So actually using it for the first time and witnessing what the hell this thing is doing is pretty incredible. All right, anyways, what do we have here? Okay, you know what I was thinking? I got a little nervous. Like, I don't know if they're going to be able to let this thing continue on being like this forever. I mean, I feel like they're going to nerf it. All right, so Kyogre, another one. This is a pretty good situation to be in here. We are part ground, so that waterfall is going to add up. But as you can see, the Dragon Tail is just stacking up too. I do believe we're going to want to go with the Crunch. See if we can drop that defense here. Maybe even get a shield from them. We don't really want to quite go for that Earthquake because they could shield it up just like that. And we're pretty much toe-to-toe here with our health. And I haven't even shielded yet. And we're going to actually let that go and see what's going to happen here. Maybe we can outpace them here. And 1, 2, 3, no shields. We take them out and we have energy. Hopefully we can, oh, we're so close. Rayquaza is taking us out, but we do have Metagross here. And that's certainly going to be a breaking swipe, so we'll easily let that go. No attack drop. Oh, maybe they did. I couldn't see that there. And they're shielding it up. And what you got in the back? A fairy? A fairy? What you have, man? So Hurricane, or should I say Dragon Ascend, is going to be doing a lot, but we're going to call that, and it is just going to be a breaking swipe. And what do they have that they swapped in? We did get the attack drop. They caught with their Melmetal. That was very good. That's a very good catch there. We still do have 2 shields. We're actually going to go ahead and shield that first Rock Slide up. It's not going to really threaten us, but they are going to be able to spam it here, and we do want to kind of maintain our health a little bit. We will be able to take out that Rayquaza with a Surf, even after they hit us with a breaking swipe that I know they have. Maybe they need one more Dragon Tail. There it was, one more, and throwing, and we'll actually just let this go as well here, and we'll be perfectly fine to take the win with the Surf. Even with our, I don't think they dropped my attack. I wasn't paying attention. It's not 100% anymore. Next game, what do we have? A Hydreigon. Okay, another good example. Now, I wasn't too sure if it was going to have the Dragon Charge move, so I was going to be a little cautious because that Dragon Breath is doing a good amount of damage. It really is kind of digging in, but they are going to be throwing that Brutal Swing here, so we will let the next one go, while the Crunch is not very effective as well. And there's another Brutal Swing. We farm them down, 1-to-1 shield, and we have energy. We could maybe even get to Earthquake, and we do. And it is going to be a Metagross here. Do they want to shield this up? They are, using that last shield. Sounds good to me. So we're going to go ahead and bring in our Kyogre. And this is a fantastic situation. You already know what it is. We're actually just going to throw this right away. We don't need to wait. They could try to catch here any second with a Dragon. So who knows? Believe we're going to let this go. Yeah, Earthquake's going to hurt, but it's not too threatening, and they do have a Sigaleo in the back, okay? So Metagross doesn't really want to see that unless we're able to get to the Earthquake. Then we will be able to take them out pretty good. But for now, we're going to go ahead and just shield up this Psychic Fangs, farm up, and then we're going to go ahead and catch. Don't think they would have thrown anything else anyways, because they probably have Iron Head, right? So we'll go ahead and just kind of throw in the Metagross to start absorbing these hits here, while the Kyogre is not going to be taking as much damage, and we're going to be able to put on the pressure here because this thing is pretty damn good, even up against Kyogre to some degree in that situation, right? Anyways, they have this Metagross in the back. It's a wrap, right? So, yep, taking that win, looking good, and moving on here. Let's see what we're going to be met with this time with the Zygarde in the lead, a Tyranitar. Yeah, we were going to see quite a few of these in this video here, and this is just amazing, especially with the Smackdown, because it's not very effective. And what else do they have? Stone Edge? It's not very effective. I do believe they try to go for that. Yeah, they sure do. They're going for that Stone Edge here. It is kind of adding up, so we're going to go for that Earthquake. And they are shielding it up, unfortunately for me here. So we are actually going to build up to another Earthquake and then go for a Crunch. See what they want to do here. Hopefully we can get 2 shields out of them. I don't know why they would want to fear that. They let it go. Okay, I would too. We farm them down, and we're still holding on to both of our shields. They bring in Dragonite, and we're going to be able to get off a Crunch here. They're going to be able to get a good amount of farm, but not before we bring them into the low yellow. Are you kidding me? Bringing in the Metagross. Now they are going to be able to hit us with a superpower here, so I'm going to let it go. And they're swapping into their own Metagross, and we just bring in Kyogre. They realize here in a second, yep, that this is a wrap, and we take that win there. Damn, I can't believe it. This thing is just incredible. Next game, another Ho-Oh. This time it's going to be shiny, very nice. Let's have a little fun. Brave Bird does a decent amount of damage. Still does. It's, you know, just that hard hitting. But we're going to let that go. It's just a Sacred Fire. Still doing a good amount there. I actually lowered my attack, unfortunately, so now we're just going to do less, but we lowered their defense, so it's pretty much back to neutral at this point. They go for a Brave Bird, and we go for a Crunch. Now, they lowered their defense. Do they want to shield up? Oh, they caught with their Dialga. Very nice. All right. Very good. So, yeah, bringing in the Metagross here. Going to go for that Earthquake immediately. I figured they're going to let this go, bring in their Ho-Oh, and just farm me down. Yeah, that was the game plan. But at least we're going to be able to throw one of these before we do go down, which is going to do a decent amount. Or we're going to get a shield because they actually may have been able to KO them there. So bringing in the Kyogre, we did sneak in one Surf here. We're going to shield up this first one. Unfortunately, it is a Sacred Fire. All right, so they do have a Zacian in the back, which is not particularly good for me. I didn't throw that Crunch because they're going to be more obligated to just throw their energy as opposed to farming me down after I throw, right? So bringing in the Kyogre here, if they go for that, I figured they're going to probably have Wild Charge. So this is going to get a little bit close. We're going to go ahead and shield this Wild Charge up, and that's exactly what they have. We will be able to survive another one here. They're going to have dropped their defense by 4 stages, and so we take them out, and then we're able to hit the Surf and take the win with the Kyogre here. Let's go. All right, that was a good game there. All right, moving on to the next one here. The showcase continues on. Make sure you do hit that like button. Another Tyranitar. This time it's going to be Shadow. I wasn't complaining whatsoever. Not only did I get the Zygarde, but they were just handing me the good leads. So we cannot complain at all. It was amazing. Let's get it. Baby, I unlocked it. Let's go. All right, so we're going to go straight for that Earthquake. They are going to be shielding it up yet again. All right, so this Shadow Tyranitar is going to be a little bit more threatening as it's doing more damage here. We will let that one go. And they are going to actually be swapping. Looks like they were trying to catch an Earthquake with that Lugia, but I throw a Crunch, which is actually going to be super effective, but it's so tanky, and Zygarde's attack is, it's not, you know, the worst thing in the world, but it's not the best. So it's just not doing that much damage. It's just Lugia as a tank, straight up. So bringing in the Metagross here, we're going to let this go. Aeroblast is going to hurt quite a bit. Sky Attack, ooh, it'll KO plus 1 Dragon Tail almost at this point. So we're going to go ahead and throw after building just a little bit of extra energy. We took care of what we needed to do there, and we still have 2 of our shields, so we're kind of looking pretty good until I saw this son of a gun. Giratina. All right, so I certainly started seeing a whole bunch of these as well, which kind of screwed me up, like I was saying. So we're going to go ahead and bring in the Kyogre. I do believe we're going to have to do a little bit of trickery here. Call this one. All right, called the Shadow Ball. Good. And oh, I think what's going to happen here is they only have Shadow Ball and... Okay, never mind. This is not the one. So I call that, and they did not like that, and then they back out. All right. So next one here. I keep getting a lot of the battles that we're going to see mixed up. Met with a Shadow Dragonite. All right, let's see how we do up against this. We already went up against a normal Dragonite. Let's see how we do against the Shadow. Letting the first one go yet again. All right, knowing that we're going to be able to easily, not necessarily get to the next one, but kind of farm them down at this point. And that's exactly what happened just about. So we'll use a shield since they wanted to use one. And as a matter of fact, we're actually going to have energy coming out of this. We do need to look out for a Charm. So we're just going to immediately throw the Crunch here. Pretty sure I saw what it was before I threw. It's going to be a Mewtwo, so great. Now, what I should have done here, since they still, well, we have a shield and they have none, is I should have swapped as soon as I have used that Crunch, so they couldn't have gotten so much farm because that was a lot. So what I'm going to do is catch with the Metagross to kind of fix that situation, although I could have totally been a lot more comfortable here. Bringing in their Excadrill. So what's going to happen here, again, we're going to have to try to recover from that stupid thing we did not do, is shield that up and farm them down. They were 1 second away from their next one. If we were not able to do that, it's a wrap. So we do have 2 Surfs at this point. That's why I went for 1 more. And now we just simply tap these back to back and we take the win. We're looking good. And I'm going to tell you what, no joke, I rose up a ton of points. We're going to see a 5-0. I don't think I'm going to show the 4-1 and then the other 4-1, but it was amazing. This thing is a beast. It's disgusting. All right, next game, Mewtwo. So we're going to start seeing these quite a bit, and I can't complain yet again because Psy Strike, look at that. Just imagine a maxed out one. Imagine a 100 level 51. Oh, shoot. That's going to be nuts. Man, if you have one, I would work on those routes seriously every day until you get it, okay? And every XL candy goes into this beast. If you're into Go Battle League, that is, for PV Master League. All right, so they're swapping into the Xerneas here. Now, this thing can fight back, same as Zacian, because they do have close combat, which is great. I'm glad they gave it to them. Makes them amazing. I mean, it's one of the, well, it got a few fairies. Togekiss was your main one before, right? All right, so anyways, we're going to have to actually double shield them, but we do have a lot of energy here, so we can start threatening, even if we do see a Gyarados. Oh, look at, what do you know, Gyarados. That's perfectly fine. Our Meteor Mashes are still going to be doing a ton of damage here. Now, we're going to kind of dance around the situation. I bring in the Zygarde. They bring in the Mewtwo, which Psystrike, it's still not enough. Check this out. Still not enough. They can't Psycho Cut me down. We get to the crunch. We're shieldless here. What's going on? Zygarde just absorbs that damn thing. It's incredible. Oh, wait. Did they have one more shield? My bad. I got a little ahead of myself, a little excited. All right, so we swap into the Mewtwo here, just trying to catch a Psystrike. And we do. Okay. And they farm us down, but we have a Kyogre, so you know how it's going to go here. The Outrage is the hardest thing they can hit us with. Crunch, drop the defense. They back out. We take the win. Looking good. And, man, that was a fun game there. A lot of switching and whatnot. All right, we have another Ho-Oh. We'll take it. Let's see what we have going on here. Do they want to go with the Brave Bird right out the gate? I figure a lot of people are going to be throwing that Sacred Fire, and that's what I've been seeing as well. They want to drop that attack or get a shield. Sacred Fire does cost more energy than Brave Bird as well. And Earthquake. Okay, so this person is going to be switching it up here. So what do you think? You like Earthquake on it? Isn't Earthquake on Ho-Oh going to be a legacy as well? I do believe that's what it is. Yeah, pretty sure. Anyways, that's going to be bad if it's not. Like, what are you talking about? Alrighty, so we're going to... What's going on here? Bringing in Kyogre. Gonna let this go. Oh, of course they've got Thunder. Of course they do. Of course they've got Thunder. And of course it's got a Giratina at the back. We're so screwed. We're screwed. Freaking hell. Alright, so well, let's see. I think this may be the good one here. This may be the one where they have... Okay, yeah. So I figured what's going on. They're like, why did they go Shadow Ball? Because they probably have Shadow Ball and Dragon Pulse, I would assume, so they don't get stuck up against a normal type like Snorlax or something like that, right? All right, so they swap in there. Yep, now it's over. I wasn't going to throw. I knew it. Was looking at the clock. We were the same. I was waiting for him to throw that in there. We get off the Meteor Mash, and we take the win up against a seemingly lost game. I swear I was going to lose that. I don't know why I didn't back out, but I held on to the hope there. All right, next game, we're going to be met with a fantastic lead. That's going to be a Melmetal. And, I mean, we don't really need to look out for Superpower. Rock Slide does no damage. If they go for Superpower, they're just going to be dropping their stats and kind of force to swap, putting us in a good situation. We do go for the Earthquake. It's not enough to KO. And I do believe they're going to start throwing the Superpowers here, getting a little aggressive with them, which is fine. We'll just farm them down, and we'll come out of this battle with a lot of health. Still in the green, as a matter of fact. Actually, this one might bring us into the yellow. Let's see. Ah, they got us into the yellow. Okay. And we still have 2 shields, and they're bringing in their Dragonite. We're going to go ahead and go for a crunch, get their shield, get to another crunch. Look at this thing. It's just unstoppable. I mean, unbelievable. All right, so it finally goes down there, and we bring in our Metagross. We still have 2 shields. I figured Superpower Retreat. So we're going to shield it up. We don't know what they have on the back. It is going to be a Mewtwo. So, of course, we're going to go ahead and throw this. And I do believe we're going to swap into our Kyogre here. And Kyogre can just handle Mewtwo, no problem at all. We could take 2 Psystrikes, like most things can, and get to a Surf here, which is going to threaten the hell out of it. And we'll be looking good. We don't want to quite KO, so check this out. We're not going to take them out. We don't want them to farm us here. So now we'll bring in the Metagross. They're getting to it. I'm thinking, you know what? I wasn't counting. I don't remember if they're at the Shadow Ball, so we'll just go ahead and shield that up here. Superpower, we're fine. They're not going to get to 2 here. Even if they got to 1 more, I don't think it would have been enough. And we get to the Meteor Mash and take the win. Do believe this might be a 5-0. Let's see what we have. And it is going to be a 5-0. Damn, this thing is just disgusting, I'm telling you. What a beast. It's amazing. Look at that. Look at those points just going up and up and up. All right, let's keep it going here. Let's keep having fun with this meta team that we're using. Mewtwo. Again, we do not mind this whatsoever. This is a great lead, as a matter of fact. There was a guy who had Ice Beam at one point in time. It was crazy. But hey, he's ready for those dragons. All right, and this thing took the Ice Beam like a champion. Oh yeah, it would one-shot pretty much almost any dragon, right? And we will shield this one up here because we kind of just want to maintain our health a little bit. They might get us a little low and then just bring in... It's hard to snipe this thing, let's be honest, even with Charm. But they're letting it go, and we're looking good. They do bring in a Dialga here, and we're going to just throw... I mean, oof. I wanted to get to Earthquake, but we get a shield anyways. All right, so that's perfect. We don't care anymore. Of course, we're going to be bringing in Metagross. We can take a Draco Meteor here, and we don't need to worry about that. We'll still be in the yellow. Yeah, we're perfectly fine. They immediately swap. They have a Groudon, and this is a wrap. We do not want to shield up the Precipice Blades and simply farm them down. Or this is the one where I may just stop right at the end with the Surf, or at least with the waterfalls here. And yeah, this is where he goes for a Fire Punch. But what's going to happen is they could actually farm me down and then have energy for my Metagross. So I make sure that they don't. And this is perfect. We still have a shield. We'll go ahead and shield that up, go for Earthquake, and we take the win. And we're looking good. Let's go. Amazing. Yeah, like I said, I'm not going to take this thing off my team. We're using this for good. For the foreseeable future. Next game, we're met with a Melmetal. They're immediately swapping and bringing in their Dragonite. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in my Metagross here. And we'll let this go. Immediately going for a superpower right out the gate. We're going to go ahead and throw that Meteor Mash right away here. I'm pretty sure they're not going to... Okay, well, of course they're going to shield it up. All right. Superpower at this point. I'm not 100% sure KO, but we are going to shield it up just for good measure. And go for another Meteor Mash. Do they actually want a double shield? That would have been crazy since they double debuffed themselves. I don't know if that would have been a smart move or not. And we're getting to the damn Earthquake, folks. Let's go. Give me your last shield here. Okay, sounds good to me. We do have that Zygarde. We're going to take care of you, but we also do have the Kyogre. So I think we may want to just bring in this to kind of just absorb the charge move that they're going to throw at me, because the Zygarde doesn't resist steel or ground, and it'll actually do a decent amount or start adding up. And as soon as they swap like that, then we'll go ahead and bring in the Zygarde here. And even the Earthquake is still not... I mean, it's doing a lot, but watch. You know, just... I don't know. I like it the way it is. I'll take it like this. That's fine. That's fine. No problem. All right. So at this point, I think they just start superpowering me into oblivion. And it allows me to farm them down with the Dragon Tail. And we're going to be looking good. Down they go. And they back out. We take that win. We're looking good. Saving us some time. Let's keep it moving here. We got to think maybe one more battle. All right, so we're met with another Mewtwo. Like I said, we're going to be encountering a bunch of these, and we love them. They're great. This might be the Ice Beam guy. I don't know if we have them here. There he is. Told you we're going to see one of those Ice Beam Mewtwo's. There it is. All right, so we're Dragon and Ground. We're freaking Dragon and Ground. That's Mewtwo. Just do Ice Beam. Okay, now if it was Shadow, I think probably would KO. But we're also not even powered up all the way. So you have to keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. What you're seeing here is not even the complete power of this thing. It is the complete form, but it's not at its peak quite yet. We'll get there. All right, so they do have a Garchomp here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and bring in that Kyogre to handle this situation. They're going for the Outrage. We're going to go ahead and go for the Surf. I'm not building up the Blizzard. There's no point. And they're letting it go. We've got one shield left now. At this point, what we're going to want to do is just go in here and farm them down. They go for the Earth Power, so I'm hoping we can farm them down. Thank goodness we did. We were right on the money for that one. They do bring in their Dialga, and I do believe they let this go because they know it's a wrap. And folks, there you have Zygarde. What do you think? Incredible. Please give this video a thumbs up for the work I put in for these dang cells on these roots. It was a long time, but it was so worth it, as you can see here. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. Take care.
finally here! Fantastic!